Really? You gonna drill when I'm recording videos? Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Samantha and today I will be talking about feedback. Now, feedback is very important because it shows the students where they are currently and where they are supposed to go. It is only through our mistakes that we learn. However, how can we learn if we don't know what our mistakes are? And that's where feedback comes in. Now, I have to mention that the feedback I'm talking about is good feedback. But what is good feedback? Good feedback is feedback that improves students' learning. On the other hand, if you have feedback, it will cause even more damage than ever expected. So in this video, I'm going to talk about 4 important characteristics of good feedback, whether it is verbally given or written. Now, the first characteristic is that it has to be specific. Rather than give general comments, give comments that are specific towards either what worked well or what needs improvement. So the students will now understand specifically that is the thing they have to work on. Furthermore, when it comes to actually giving the feedback as a teacher should really consider only giving feedback that gives the most specific improvement. Especially when it comes to writing, this will help the teacher in giving feedback that will help the student the most. At the same time, not give too much feedback and pressure the students with the mistakes that they have made. This will stop the students from getting overwhelmed and also help teachers save time and effort when giving feedback. Now, the next characteristic of good feedback is that it focuses on action. It emphasizes on what can be done differently next time, and it does not emphasize on what is done wrong. Now, I am not saying that if a student did something really wrong, you should not point it out. Yes, you should, but it should be an afterthought and not the main thing. Again, similar to the previous point, it will help the students know what exactly they need to change and also not overwhelm them. Secondly, it's time focused, which means that feedback must be immediate and frequent. Personally, I had experiences where I had a teacher who, when I submitted the essay, they took them 3-4 months to mark and give back along with the feedback, and by the time I've forgotten everything that I wrote, and honestly the feedback wasn't as meaningful. And that's why feedback must be time focused. Not only that, when you give immediate and frequent feedback, it will give the students an opportunity to continuously incorporate the feedback you have given to them in the next activity, therefore fostering improvement in their own learning. Now, the last characteristic of effective feedback is feedback that is extremely respectful. Teachers should try to look for the good in what the students have done. Of course, you don't unnecessarily try to look good to the point where it does not make sense. However, if possible, the teacher should focus more on the good and help them improve on them, while at the same time very gently nudging the student to improve on their weaknesses. Not only that, teachers should try to be non-judgmental when they give feedback. A way to tackle this is, instead of using you statements, you should try to use I statements. So for example, a you statement was like, you did not explain X, Y, and Z good enough, versus I did not understand what X, Y, and Z meant. So both of these sentences have the same meaning. However, because of the way the sentence is used, the second sentence comes off as a lot softer and a lot more encouraging. Therefore, the student will be more perceptive towards your feedback compared to if you are using you sentences. So basically, if you incorporate these 4 characteristics into your feedback, you will indefinitely be able to not only help the student with improving their learning, but also help yourself by giving feedback that is effective towards students. And that's all for the video today. Next up are the links for this video. Hey guys, these are the links for today's video. Now, the first one is 7 ways to give valuable and constructive feedback to staff. Now, I understand it says staff here, but the reason why I decided to share this link was because
while I was reading through all the ways to give feedback, I realized that this particular link was very specific and it explained very well how one should give feedback. Now, this is an extension of my video itself and it can be used on students. So I think it's important for me to include this. Now, second link is on teaching students to give peer feedback. A lot of the times as teacher, we keep on thinking about giving feedback from us ourselves, but we need to understand that it's also important for teachers to teach students how to give peer feedback. And in this link itself, it explains how a teacher can teach the students to give feedback that is specific, prescriptive, actionable, reference, and kind. So this is a very, very good read if you are a teacher who wants to incorporate peer feedback into your classroom lessons. Now, the last link is 15 assessment activities that are fast, fun, and formative. Unlike the previous link, which concentrates on how to give the assessment, this link talks about the activities that teachers can have in class that are fast, fun, and formative, focusing on assessment. 15 is quite a number of activities, and I wanted to share this because if a teacher wants to have peer feedback or any type of assessment in class, there is more than just the traditional way of paper and pencil to do it, and these are the ways. I think it's very interesting, and if you're a teacher, you should definitely read this. And that's it for the link, guys. I hope that the links are helpful to you.
Okay guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.